Hi, I'm K-Lo from the YouTube channel K-Lo, and God do I hate politics. While I do like the idea of discussing how our world should be structured, and I do believe that using a medium like Hermitcraft to explain complicated economic ideas in simplistic terms is a good thing, the consequences of doing so means that if I play my cards wrong, I could theoretically lose about 50% of my audience. Look, I'm going to try and stay away from using very politically charged words, but this video will only work if you, dear viewer, keep an open mind about what I'm going to say. As much as this video could be taken as quote-unquote political, at the end of the day, it's just another way of understanding math, what this channel is all about. So without further ado, in order to keep this video from being 3 hours long, I will strictly be talking about the distribution of wealth in the Hermitcraft server among the players, and not really anything along the lines of social economic issues. A semi-needed disservice to the conversation so none of my viewers feel alienated. Trust me, my sub count would really be dropping like flies, which would be devastating considering how close we're getting to 1,000 subs. That's my way of saying you should subscribe. But for now, let's talk about why a Minecraft server can structure an economy better than the fucking United States. You might not understand it, but you have most definitely heard of it. Inflation is the process of currency becoming less valuable over time. Like how your parents could buy a candy bar for 25 cents in the 70s, but now you gotta pay $2 for one. No matter what part of the political spectrum you're on, most agree that this is a bad thing if not kept in check. We want our money to keep its value. If it doesn't, our savings lose value over time and we don't get to retire and do frick knows what retired people do. Cards? Bingo? Water aerobic? Either way, the unfortunate fact is most countries suffer from inflation, except for a Minecraft server. Recently on the Hermitcraft server, the rich hermits all joined together to have a diamond pile size competition. This made a bunch of hermits go frantic to mine as many diamonds as possible in order to reach the sky limit first. That seems, interesting. Maybe, but then you realize that just like every other Minecraft server, diamonds are their main currency. If you have ever taken an economics class in school, you would know inflation usually happens when more of a currency is made. So this influx of diamonds should absolutely obliterate their economy. Bread is gonna start costing 2 diamonds a piece now. Mumbo, I can't deal with these goddamn gas prices. That's the second video this week I've made that joke in. Even Grian pointed this out.
Do you think all of this shenanigans has slightly ruined the economy? Because I do. This might be the most diamonds in a Hermitcraft series ever.
And yet, after everything was over, basically no inflation occurred. Even though they added more money to their economy out of nowhere, prices remained the same. But in our world, when Venezuela did it, their whole economy collapsed. How was this possible? Well, I'll tell you. Fiat money. Phew, I thought you were gonna say something really politically charged and controversial. It was Nixon's fault. Oh, Jesus Christ. After World War II, a crap ton of old men all gathered in New Hampshire to discuss the future of currency. And in one of the surprisingly less dumb things a group of countries in one place has ever done, decided to create the Bretton Woods System. It's kind of complicated, but the gist of it was that all types of currency around the world could now be converted into US dollars, and those dollars are specifically tied to the amount of gold the US possesses. So instead of money solely relying on, hey, I'm government and I say green paper valuable, it's now directly correlated to a naturally valuable resource. It was directly correlated to a naturally valuable resource. In 1971, countries around the world started getting a little suspicious of the gold the US said it had. After all, the Bretton Woods system all but ended the global trade of gold as currency between countries, so all they had to rely on was word by mouth, something the US is obviously really good at abiding by. fearing that countries would start to ask for, their gold instead of a glorified green IOU saying they technically own gold stored in the US Federal Reserve, Nixon, the 37th US president, decided to end the conversion of US dollars to gold, simultaneously turning all currency around the world into fiat currency. The "guys, I promise this piece of paper has value" currency.
I have directed the Secretary of the Treasury to take the action necessary to defend the dollar against the speculators.
Because the US government would never, ever say they have more gold than they actually have. It's totally not like they could just print more money and give it to other countries under the false belief that it's actually backed by a natural valuable resource. No! After Nixon did this, he never reverted it, even though he said he would. And since then, well, look at the graph. Inflation starts going haywire right after 1971. Let me be clear, inflation definitely still happened before this, but I mean, come on.
Okay, that's a cool story and all. That still applies to me even if I live outside the US, but what does this have to do with a Minecraft server?
Well, my kind sir, our reason for why Hermitcraft does not inflate is undeniably because it isn't a fiat currency. In Minecraft, diamonds are inherently valuable, and while that might not be 100% true in our world, look it up, it's true in Minecraft and it works. Think about it. Diamonds in Minecraft are used to create super powerful armor and weapons, and the idea that these diamonds can create those makes it hard for people to charge a diamond sword's worth of diamonds for a piece of bread, no matter how many diamonds are present. But that kind of begs the question. Well, the simplest answer is, it's kind of impractical in the real world. If we reinstall the Bretton Woods System, for one, the Ponzi scheme that is US currency would instantly collapse, making every other economy collapse with it, and two, even if it didn't, what's stopping the US from lying about how much gold they have again?
I think we should go back to gold and silver coins to buy things.
In theory, that would work, but what about credit and debit cards? Physical currency is on its way out. No matter if we like it or not, the future of currency is a number on a computer. Is there a way we could have a system that works like the Bretton Woods system and also prevents countries from exploiting it? Maybe. Hopefully. But if there's one thing you can take away from this video, it's that fiat currency is pretty mid. And no matter who you put into office, a dollar will always get less valuable.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me I can't blame inflation on Sleepy Joe?
Of course you can blame him for it. But you also gotta blame every other president since World War II for getting owned by a Minecraft server, including your senpai.
Darn daddy. That's enough yee-yeeing for today. I think I'm gonna go home.
Hey, it was nice talking to you. I'll see you next time.
His skin is like a beautiful pile of sand.
He don't take care of the economy. He makes you a misogynist man.
He's yee gorgeous. Oh, he makes me question if I'm gay.
But he's not what you Oh, he's not what you need.
Yee from the stars beyond, brother.